Hi, happy Wednesday, and welcome to Now, the fun news show hosted by me, Curtis P. Today we're kicking the entire show off talking about something pretty darn big. The sun's magnetic poles. They be a-shiftin'. Yes, that's right. So if you're not already worried, you probably should be. The north and south poles of the sun have begun shifting like this. Though that may sound dramatic, and it is the sun which gives life to, this planet, it isn't something really to worry about. Because guess what? It apparently happens every, 11 years or something. So it's happened in the past, a couple of times while I've been alive. Actually, now that I think about it, it would be exactly twice, since I am 22. 11 plus 11 is 22. Also, to keep your worry level just a little bit lower, it is 3 to 4 months away. So, no worry, you still got all of summer. Scientists do warn that it could actually affect the Earth's climate, but not by a lot. Just less clouds at some point and more clouds at other points. Otherwise, it's gonna be the same. Winter, expected, it's still coming, everyone. As for the apocalypse, no, not coming. Up next in the world of big international news, we head to Russia because the Sochi Games in 2014, yeah, there's a lot going on with that. Stephen Fry today talked about the fact that he supports the idea of moving the games to a different country. Broadcaster Stephen Fry urged David Cameron to support moves to strip Russia of the 2014 Games. This, of course, due to all of its anti-gay laws, the law being that in Russia it's actually illegal to tell anyone under the age of 18 anything about homosexuality, i.e. promoting it, So me saying that homosexuality is a great choice just like heterosexuality in Russia would be something really wrong. So if you're watching this in Russia, I just broke the law. Fry has compared this entire situation to the 1936 Games that happened in Nazi Germany. He stated that it's not simply enough to say that gay Olympians may or may not be safe in their village. An absolute ban on the Russian Winter Games of 2014 is simply essential. Stage them anywhere else, in Utah, Lillehammer, anywhere you like, at all costs. Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin cannot be seen to have the approval of the civilized world. He also stated that removing the games from Russia would eliminate the country's ability to feel glory in this very dark time. A government spokesperson for Mr. Cameron outlined the concerns about this entire thing to Russian President Vladimir Putin in a Downing Street address in June. The IOC has received assurances from the highest level of government in Russia that the legislation will not affect those attending or taking part in the games. US President Barack Obama weighed in on this entire thing, saying, "I have no patience for countries that try to treat gays or lesbians or transgendered persons in ways that intimidate them or are harmful to them." So some big people around the world weighing in on all of this. Of course, my opinion on all of this is very similar. I don't think they should be allowed to host the games. Though I do realize this is kind of pushing a worldview on one country, which I'm not really sure is right. Though at the same point, what they're doing in Russia is completely wrong. Yes, the way to get rid of homosexuality is to not educate people. No, that doesn't work. Usually it still is there and it just doesn't get educated, so then they don't know what's going on, which is a bad thing. Many people also pointing to the fact that maybe we could just move it to Vancouver, because of course Vancouver was the last city to host the Winter Games, that being in 2010. I'm kind of all for this in one side of my brain, but the other side of my brain is you don't know how much of a big thing that would be, because moving the Olympic Games from Sochi, Russia to Vancouver would be huge. We're talking endorsement deals from huge brands would have to be all switched around. People's lodging and hotels and everything would have to be moved. And not to mention, many of the facilities in Vancouver for 2010 have been retrofitted into other things. Because if you didn't know, usually what happens after big events like the Olympics is that those huge places never get used again. So they retrofit them into housing or recreational spaces for something else. So though I do support the idea of taking the games away from Russia, I don't know where we would put them. And at the same point, I don't want to take away the chance for Olympians who've worked all their life towards this, take that away from them, because I don't think that's right. There's only 6 months till the Olympics, so only time will tell what will happen. I'm pretty sure it will go ahead as scheduled. The Sochi Winter Olympics will take place on February 7th to 23rd in 2014. So there's gonna be some crazy things happening, I'm gonna guess. Next up, from LGBT news to technology type news, these are exclusive new photos of the cheaper iPhone. That's right, people. So if the iPhone 5 pictured here, seen in my hand in physical form, is a little too expensive for you, in the future, Apple may be releasing this, the iPhone 5 C. Now, this isn't a full phone, of course, it's just the rear shell, though it does kind of look cool, and it's supposed to come in a bunch of different colors, which will be awesome. The phone is also rumored to be, of course, cheaper than the current phone, and it will be coming out this fall alongside the new iPad 5, iPhone 5S, and the new line of iPods. So it could be cool to see what this new device is all about and how much cheaper it really is, because if Apple can produce this for like $50, we're like, here's a brand new iPhone. It's not as feature packed as the other one, but it's $50. I think people will be like running towards these to buy them. Though thinking about it already, don't people already run towards iPhones to buy them? Come to the Apple store and buy an iPhone. We won't brainwash you. And to chuck this in here right here at the end, because a lot of people have been asking me about this, so I'm gonna talk about it. Of course, that being the Jobs movie, the Steve Jobs biopic, starring Ashton Kutcher, and it follows Jobs from the beginning of his, Apple life to the iPod creation. Though the trailer looks amazing and I'm super psyched for it, Steve Wozniak said he's seen the film, and some parts of it just aren't true. Which, for myself, I don't really care, because I've seen The Social Network, and I know some of those scenes in that movie were completely fictional, but it was still a really good film. So I'm totally looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Of course, it hits theaters August 16th, and I'm looking forward to it. It is awesome. Also, if you've never checked it out, check out Pirates of Silicon Valley. It's kind of the same thing, but it was made like 10 years ago. Still a great film. Talking about the biggest topic of the day here, what do you think about Russia's stance on the LGBT people? And how do you think it will affect the Winter Games? You can let me know in the comment section down below. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this. If you don't want to post in the comment section down below, you can also let me know on my Facebook page, through Twitter, or on Google+. Links to all that and the other topics I talked about in today's episode in the description down below. Click on the buttons and all the other fun stuff down there. It is amazing. Once you've done that, of course, don't forget to hit up that like button, subscribe, and share the show with your friends. Until tomorrow, I'm Curtis Parody, and that's what's happening now.